And their last 13 games, and for Wilkinson this afternoon, the match against Everton, his 100th in the league since joining Leeds from Sheffield Wednesday. Afternoon to you, and a good afternoon to Jack Charlton. Jack, can the great days happen again here?
Well, I think we've got to wait a little bit and see, because Leeds have really just come to prominence over the last couple of months when they've started to look like the Leeds team that people have been waiting to be repeated. I think they're going to have to do a little bit more and over a longer period of time before we can actually judge. But there's no reason why not. I mean, the crowd's behind him now, they're getting results. Howard's done a magnificent job here, and he's got everybody knowing the way they play. And yeah, I would like to think that they could.
And from Everton's point of view, Jack, Howard Kendall trying to do it second time around, that's not easy.
Well, that's always difficult. I was surprised when Howard went back to Everton, actually. To pick it up and start again is sometimes a little bit difficult. Howard will find his problems really in confidence. I was talking to Graham Sharp earlier in the year, and Graham was saying that there seems to be a lack of confidence in the way they play now, where before they expected to win, they expected to get a result, and that seems to have just left them a little bit at the moment. But if anybody can put it right, Howard can.
Thanks,
Howard's
Jack.
a very knowledgeable lad.
We'll talk again at half-time, of course. Right now, let's join our commentators, Trevor Francis and Brian Moore.
Thanks, Elton. A quick look at the teams then. Leeds unchanged for the fourth successive game. John Lukic in goal for them. 2, Mill Sterling. 3 is Peter Haddock. 4, David Batty. 5, Chris Fairclough. And 6, Chris White. 7, Gordon Strachan, the on-field inspiration behind this Leeds upsurge. 8, Carl Shutt. 9, Lee Chapman. 10, Gary McAllister. And 11, Gary Speed. The motor, finely tuned and balanced, is in the Leeds midfield. Strachan so canny, Batty so competitive, and the blossoming skills of McAllister and Speed, with Lee Chapman up front with 10 goals so far. Everton again make changes, but Neville Southall isn't one of them. Naturally, he remains in goal. Number 2, Neil MacDonald. 3, Martin Keown. 4, Kevin Ratcliffe. 5, Dave Watson. And 6, John Ebrell. 7, Ray Atterveld. 8, Stuart McCall. 9, Graham Sharp. 10, Mike Newell, and 11, his first start under Howard Kendall, Peter Beagrie. No room for Kevin Sheedy. The back four remain the same. Atterveld down the right, Beagrie down the left into the midfield. And another combination up front, Newell and Sharp, seeking the goals for Everton this afternoon. The substitutes for Leeds, John Pearson and Glyn Snowden. For Everton, Pat Nevin, Tony Cottee. Roger Dill. Newell. Atterveld. Hit in quickly. And Leeds get it away. Strachan. Ebrell half stopped him, but Strachan was still there, would not be denied. Gets it back from McAllister, a little back heel there by Strachan, and an offside against Lee Chapman on the far side. What a lovely piece of move through the middle there, involving Strachan and McAllister. Chapman in the end caught offside. Nice simple passing, the little back heel there into the path of McAllister, and as you can see, they're offside, both Shutt and Chapman. Everton's kick, Kevin Ratcliffe with it. Nice little flick on there by Sharp. Southall's clearance towards Graham Sharp. Chris White with him. Dave Watson. Atterveld. Side flag. Probably against John Ebrell. And Chris White with the free kick for Leeds United. Unbeaten in their last 9 games. Conceded only 6 goals in those games. And have scored 18, which even with my rather tenuous grasp of mathematics means they're scoring at the rate of 2 a game. And Strachan trying to thread the ball through there for Carl Shutt. Everton without an away win in the league this season. Up goes Chapman. Watched by Keown. Everton's throw. Sterling's throw. Batty. White playing it forward. No flag this time. Chapman's on his way. Ratcliffe held him up just long enough. Beagrie then. No, didn't go for the corner. Everton's throw. 6 goals in the last 8 games for Lee Chapman. It always takes him a little bit of time to win the fans over, but his record here, 36 league games and 20 goals. And some of the vital ones leading up to promotion last season. McAllister. Shot! McAllister! A penalty! It was Ebel shoving the back on Gary McAllister. And it'll be, no doubt, Gordon Strachan, who scored twice from the spot this season for Leeds United. So an interesting little confrontation here. Annie Gordon Strachan against arguably one of the very best goalkeepers in the whole of the Football League. Experience against experience. And 1-0 Leeds United. It certainly looked a shove in the back here, Trevor Francis.
Yes, it's a good 1-2 that he played there with shot, but I do feel that he rather exaggerated the dive to make sure that the referee gave the penalty.
So 1-0 Leeds. Everton's troubles towards the bottom of the table continue. And Ratcliffe gets the ball away. Strachan's penalty, 17 minutes, separating the two sides. Strachan will take it. White up at the near post. Chapman in there too. Fairclough up. And Sterland up. Back to Sterland's header. And it's in there by shot number 2. Strachan's corner, touched on by Sterland. Carl's shot was lurking, and that's number 2 for Leeds. Trevor?
Well, it looked to me like a well-rehearsed corner kick there. Strachan played the ball, I think it was to Sterland, and he got away from Atterveld. It was bad defended by Atterveld, got the header in, and Schutt was first to react to it, and in the back of the net it was. A well-worked corner for Leeds.
It'll be a throw to Everton. 3rd goal of the season. Team in white and their manager Howard Wilkinson. 6 minutes to go to half-time. Leeds comfortably 2-0 ahead. Crystal Palace 1, Luton 0. Mark Bright, the scorer for Palace. That's the latest score down at Selhurst Park, where we shall be for the live game just the Sunday after Christmas. Palace against Liverpool. In the meantime, it's back to Lukic here at Ellen Road. Strachan, what about that? And it needed an intervention from Neil MacDonald. Lovely touch again from Strachan. Atterveld following it in, hits a good early ball in. And McCall trying to get there. His feet were a little high on Lukic. The referee waving the play on. Lukic was in possession there, and he's just making his point to McCall. going to book him. Maybe McCall must have said something to Roger Dilks as he ran by, which I must say would have been a stupid thing to have done, because the referee was quite happy for the game to be continued. Play on. A couple of redheads there, Strachan and McCall, a couple of Scots. It's McCall whose name goes into the book. Trevor?
Yeah, well, McCall was lucky, actually, not to get booked for the challenge on Lukic, because it was a bad challenge. And having survived that, you know, to get booked for dissent is rather foolish.
And the free kick given away outside the penalty area now to...
It's the team from the bottom forward, isn't it?
Well, it's all about confidence, isn't it? I mean, Leeds are closing Everton down across midfield. I'm not giving them time to settle. And they're knocking balls in behind the fullbacks. They're getting people up there. They're getting crosses in or pull them back from the fullbacks, get crosses in. And Everton are trying to play out through a team that is putting them under great pressure. And it's the balls that they're losing there that are going to Strachan, who's running this show. You know, and he's finding time on the ball. He's finding time to have a little look and to sort out his final pass.
Okay,
and if you let him do this, he'll run the game.
Let's have a look at the penalty incident, Jack. What did you make of that?
Well, the penalty incident, I thought he was dead clear. He's coming out to his right foot, and I thought he was pushed off the ball. The boys actually got into a position where he's no alternative there.
I'm going to let the cat out of the bag. You thought Southall would save that, didn't you?
I thought Neville would go to the left, because Gordon Strachan tends to put the ball, when he takes penalties, to that side of the goal.
Yeah.
Neville's gone to the right. I thought he would go to the left, and I thought he might save it.
Second goal was a real body blow for Everton, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, it's what you get when you're playing balls into the box. The ball's getting played. It's a bad cross here, but Melvin Sterling's run towards the ball in the near post is a good one. And Carl Schutt, I mean, he'll be wondering why he was stood there. I mean, the ball really should have skidded past and gone outside the post.
Defenders not moving either.
Defenders didn't move. The ball's come across and it's going out of goals, out to go over the touchline. And then all of a sudden, Carl Schutt's come in and he's knocked it in the empty net.
Do you detect a lack of confidence in Everton?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the back four are troubled on every time the ball is getting crossed. And then they're standing off people and they're standing off little Strachan and they're letting Leeds play little pattern football through them at the back.
I mean, there was that time that Beagrie went through, if you remember, when he didn't shoot, when he was in a good position.
Peter Beagrie here was best chance of the game here, because he's gone right inside the 18-yard box. And he decides to do that. I mean, he's got the goalkeeper off his line. He's just got to hit the spot and the ball goes through a few defenders and it's a goal. And he decides to play a ball inside. I mean, I couldn't understand that. He's worked hard. It's about the only thing Peter Beagrie's done in the game, actually, to get into that position. And then he wasted.
Well, I tell you what, Jack, we've got some great entertainment at the end of the programme with 31 goals from yesterday in our goal of the day competition. First things first, though, here's the winner, Jack, from 2 weeks ago. Your old mate Ian St John picked this one, a well-worked goal by Derby County, and a goal that he said he'd been proud to score himself by Mick Harford. So there we go, Mick Harford, goal of the day winner from 2 weeks ago. The viewer who won it, Cliff Jones of Ashelworth Gardens in Gloucester, a substantial cash prize, and also 6 runners-up prizes of Terry Venables' board game, The Manager. So, 31 goals coming up at the end of the programme, and here's one of them, a special from Stuart Pearce for Nottingham Forest at Loftus Road. The second half at Ellen Road, coming up shortly. Welcome back. The 10 goals from Derby is another thing to look forward to at the end of the programme. Now, when teams used to come here in Jack's day, the late 60s and early 70s, if they got past him, then they had to get past Norman, Bites Your Legs, Hunter. So we thought we'd rope them both into the programme this afternoon. We've heard from Jack. Let's hear from Norman, who's with Gary Newborn.
Well, Norman Hunter, you're selling life insurance to footballers these days. Presumably you're not biting any legs.
No, them days have gone. I'm trying to sell a few policies to 1 or 2 of them, though.
It's Norman's one of the players is saying as it goes by. It certainly is. What do you think of this Leeds team these days?
Very good. I've watched all the home games and they're playing extremely well. I think down the right-hand side with Mel Sterling, Gordon Strachan and David Batty, I don't think there's any better what I've seen down here in the First Division.
How are Everton going to get back into this game?
Well, it's very difficult for them to get back. They have to probably take the game to Leeds a bit more, probably especially